Hello, 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 hello. Story time. Hopefully, this is all working. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to the Thursday evening stream. I hope you're all having a good time. There's a bunch of people on from YouTube and a bunch of people on from the Discord. Oh, I'm coming through myself. No one wants to hear me. Let's just mute that. Lol. Just deal with chat from there. So that wasn't ideal. Um, I hope we're all having a good time. Obviously, I have some giant chunky parts in front of me. I'm going to be working on cleaning up. I'm just going to go to the live scene straight away because you don't need to see my ugly mug. You want to see the crispy pieces. And I'm going to be tidying up some of these resin prints, getting them looking as pristine as humanly possible for assembly into a Warhound Titan, a Lucius pattern Warhound Titan, I should say. I'm just going to quickly go through the chat, say hello, make sure I don't miss anybody. I'm going to start over on the YouTube chat. The boss was here, obviously. Felix, let's go. Dylan Aria, woohoo! Hello, hello, Felix. I really need a 3D printed Titan as well. Everybody needs a 3D printed Titan, man. Yeah, nobody is rich enough for the Forge World Titan. I have Forge World Titan, but this is just, I can't get this one anymore, so I printed it. Stu S, hello. Harijinder, evening. John Burkett, good evening. Mike C, hello. Hank H, hello. McLaurentus74, hello, hello, hello. And over on the Twitch, we of course have Kabrinsky and Glyn, hello, hello. The boss Hendrickson is here. Cons paying when trying to double stream again. Fingers crossed. Yeah, fingers crossed. It wasn't me the last time. There's a certain thing you have to do, which is like clarify your credentials. You know what I mean? It's like when you try and log on to something on your phone, like a website or something, like a secure one, and it sends you an SMS, like a text message with the code to put in. For some reason, it had like deleted my credentials, so I had to like go back in, approve, get my code, and you know what I mean? Like it just in the middle of a thing, it stopped all that, which is very irritating. But hopefully, it's not going to happen again. The bandwidth gods are fickle with me. Sometimes they're fantastic, and sometimes they're awful. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see which way it goes. Double stream, yes. Well, look what we have here. Looks like there's a regular Thursday Order of Mediocrity, War Dolly Paint, Build, Chat, and or Pizza Night. Hope everyone is already and hobby is a drunk with y'all. Begin chant by the power of the wash, the contrast, and the holy base coat. May the ornaments be smooth and thy trims be class. Oh, great Commandery one and great gun none. May the fun times be had and the rock and roll. Amen. I love it, buddy. Thanks so much. Lord Sanguinius, good evening. Kabrinsky, yes. Yes, the means by banking run will get messed up always. Does that? Yes. Very good. Highlight message, Revenant. Thursday night, I decided to take inspiration from Andy. Instead of a hobby knife, it was an 8-inch chef's knife I was washing. Took a nice thin slice off a right pointy finger. I hope you're okay, buddy. Yeah. We're clumsy people. It's because we use knives so much, I think. Especially chefs. I think chefs cut themselves a lot because it's that unfortunate thing because they're so good with the knives. Like if you ever look at a chef's hands, they're all cut to pieces. Always. Because they get too comfortable with the blade. You know what I mean? And that's what happens with us with hobby scalpels and knives and stuff. We get too comfortable. Like we be sitting here with a piece this size, and we're like gouging. Like look, we have a scalpel in there. If we don't think that's like no normal person would put a scalpel between four fingers like that and expect it to be okay. We're just stupid or too comfortable with blades. Congrats on managing to get the Von Ryan's Leapers. Thank you so much. I had to fight some people and do some thing, and it was a whole thing, but we managed to get there, and I did get my 5 issues of the magazine, which gives me enough to run that special Tyranid list, the infiltration list. It's not in the current codex, I don't think, because it's in the older codex. No, it's in the new codex. The infiltration list, which is Von Ryan's Leapers, Death Leapers, and Lictors all as one like infiltration force, and ever since I read it I wanted it, but I wasn't spending 250 quid on the rest of the Von Ryan's Leapers, so I waited for the magazine. Brand new knife, and it's beyond razor sharp. Had no pressure on it at all, and it just passed right through my skin. Yep. Less than a pound of pressure to break human skin, yeah. Not good. Not good, not good. So yeah, this is, I got 2 trays in front of me. It's actually 1 box, but the lid and the box. So I have these parts, which I've kind of already gotten a good start on. A lot of these things are already crispy clean and ready to rock and roll. And then this is the box of bits that I'm still need to like sand and file and clean. So on the stream this evening, we will have some support a little bit later on, about 8:30. The lovely Laura should be joining us on the stream. And then, yeah, so I'm going to clean off the rest of these parts, hopefully. And then if I get a little bit of time, I may do the rough assembly of the torso. So I haven't got a base laser cut out yet. That's something I have to do very, very soon. This is a crispy print, right? It is kind of a scary crispy print, to be honest with you. I don't really... It's just magic. It's beyond magic. Yeah, so the shoulders, the back, and the head, I'll glue all that together, I think. Like I said, I haven't laser cut out the base. I meant to find some time today, but today wasn't a great day. So we... yeah, I'll get some laser cut MDF circles out to a size. I don't know what size yet. And then my dogs are barking. Then I'll be able to assemble like the feet and the leg and decide what I want to do with the base. I wish I had some base done now. I would actually just do the feet up onto the hips on stream. I would love to get that bit built, but what you gonna do? If anyone is looking for a new kitchen knife, the Binging with Bandish brand in Amazon are under $20 US each and come sharper than the devil himself. Oh no. Hey Andy, are you able to answer questions regarding Skaven Battletome? I could, but I haven't looked at the Skaven Battletome yet, so no, I don't think so. It would involve me trying to open some PDFs and emails and all that kind of stuff. And although I think that PDF is now gone because it's out, isn't it? Oh, it's out. When it's physically out, I think I don't know. I might have an idea. You can ask the question away. Someone else might know the answer, or yeah. So I have been doing something which I haven't really been doing on prints before, and that has involved me like really trying to sand and tidy stuff up. So although things like this, because obviously I sanded the head quite a lot, so it looks super rough, but it's not actually rough. Like if I clean it with some water, it's just gonna fill in those like dust marks. And you can see how crispy clean it actually is. So yeah, obviously I still have a bit of sanding to do, but are the weapon teams, i.e. rattling guns, now having to be fielded in units of 3? Yes. I haven't even looked at the book yet, and I already know that's the answer. Yes. They are sold in a box of 3. Therefore, they come in 3s. I don't know whether they can be supported, bolstered into 6s, but they will definitely start at 3s and not be there for supporting units like they used to be. Look familiar. Cleaning up the Vulcan Mega Bolter. Remember, especially in Age of Sigmar, what the box is sold as is what the unit is. Been using your scheme for boarding actions terrain this week. Done 12 walls so far. Looks great. Thank you for the video. I swapped out Dirty Down Rusto instead of Pigment. Really happy so far. I'm really happy to hear that. That was one of those videos which seemed to do the rounds, and a lot of people, the Tabletop Times guys, even did their boarding action stuff, and they were using mine. So that was nice to hear. But yeah, I appreciate it, man. I'm glad it helped. I still have... So far, I've only done 2 of my box sets for boarding actions. You remember that edition had 4. So I still have 2 more sets of boarding actions to do. But then obviously the other 2 have the extra bits. So like I think I've got the medical bay to do, and then like the drop pod or the escape pod bay. Remember the way they did them like that? So once I get those done, I will have done all 4 board, and then I'll have a 6x4 boarding actions board, which I'm really excited to play a proper like Zone Mortalis style game using all sexy boarding actions terrain. I think that'd be sick. I know this seems kind of mental. This is why I have the water next to me. Because you think you're like wrecking something, but then it's just dust. So when you wash it off, it's back to crispy, clean, and nice. So I'm trying to get rid of the extra support bumps and stuff, which some of the prints did have. Because you do the auto, the Hey Gears auto support thing, sometimes it turns the pieces in a direction that you wouldn't normally print in, which means you do get some support struts and stuff in kind of bizarre places. As an example, the shin pads, the knee pads, shin pads, right? If it'll focus on them for 2 seconds. I would have supported them like this, so there would have been supports all in here. This would have been all bumpy, and you could have cleaned it off, you know, but it would on the inside. But it did it that way down, so those bumps all over here. A little bit more work, but they know what they're doing. Megabron, thank you so much for the £4.99 super chat. Thanks for all your helpful videos. That's so kind, buddy. Thank you so much. That's very, very kind. I'm glad you find the videos helpful and that they're doing something for you. Thank you so much, Paul. Yeah, I was thinking old school on rattling guns where it was. Yeah, I love that setup too, Mr. Virus, but I don't think that's the way it is anymore. Made it. Just basing a tournament army for tomorrow. I like it. New subscriber, Ashley Gibson, subscribe with his Prime. Subscribe for 7 months. Currently on a 7-month streak. Not dropping the ball at all there. Thank you so much for that support, buddy. I think these are you these ones? Yes. And then you go under the arm. No. No idea how they're connected. Sure, we'll figure it all out. I also, the 2 guns I printed off are the so we got the Vulcan Mega Bolter and the Plasma, not the Plasma Annihilator, the Shadow Sun gun, the somebody will help me out here. Turbo Laser Destructor, thank you. I've never had one of them on anything before, so it's kind of cool to have one of these beastly boys. With this 3D print, they were the only 2 options for weapons that were on the files. There was no option for Flamer or close combo weapon or plasma or anything like that. So yeah, go for a painting. Hello, how are you, David M. Corbin? Can we ask for the on the S if yeah, how do I who sent me? So funnily enough, it wasn't, because after this I got like interested in another Titan STLs, and I did type in Reaver Titan STL, and I found a Reddit post with a really nice Reaver Titan interior and everything, and but like on the post I could not get the link to it or anything. That was just like, it was a really big no-no. I'll throw it in the 3D printing chat in the Discord. This is how I found it, because it's Whatsamajigger. Magnum Pepper sent me a link to a Custodes Talaman Dreadnought. And then from that, I was curious to see what else he had, and I saw Warhound, and for some reason, I just had this impulse, and I literally just started getting stuff ready and printing. It took 8 prints to get it all done. I had no fails, and now I have the workings of a second Warhound Titan, the Lucius pattern. So, yeah. Like, just look at this foot. Just look at this. It's goddamn ridiculous. The fact that this printed as a single piece, like the other foot is all separate. It's kind of like, there's the other foot is in there. All the toes and everything are separate. So you can, this one will be the one that's flat on the ground, and then obviously it's moving forward, and the other one is the one that'll bend. And they've kind of thought of everything. Roughly in materials, how much would it cost? Okay, so I used my expensive printer, and the resin for that one is actually a little bit more expensive. It's about $50 a bottle. You can get it like as cheap as $22 a bottle for 1,000 grams of resin. So this is about $50. And I used probably a bottle and a half. So we're talking about $75 still used in just resin. But $75 for the, I don't know what a Warhound with arms costs these days. More than when I bought my one. I'm sure I bought my Warhound Titan, including arms, for 350 quid. So this piece is, there's only like 2 bits on it that I'm a little bit like, So obviously the Vulcan Mega Bolter, it printed a little bit wonky just along this corner. See, these barrels are just a little bit not as circle as these ones. There's a little bit of a lift in this straight line here. It's just a little bit off, but I don't think I would bother reprinting this part for that. I think when it's all painted up, you know, burn damage on the front and all that kind of stuff, I don't think it's going to be noticeable. And the rest of it is so perfect that I'm just fine with it. I'm like, okay. The second one is this section. This is a little bit warped, just a tiny bit. It's just a little bit off, and it sits here. And as you can see, it does just sit off the body a little bit. I need to fill it in and try and make it as not noticeable as possible. Or maybe I can just sand it flat, actually. Oh, I can probably just do that, can't I? If I just sand it like crazy here, flatten it out, it'll drop a tiny bit more, but it should smit much. Yeah, I'm going to do that. We'll be fine. Still a lot cheaper. Yeah, a lot cheaper. Have a great build. I'm doing my best, buddy. It's going to be a long, arduous process, but I think it'll be funny. Whoop whoop. Turbo evening all. I painted a 3D printed Warhound earlier this year. Would love to do another. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as a project. Just as a project by itself. I'm like excited by it. Okay, yapping instead of working. So I'm gonna start sanding this. See how smooth I can get it. Be an interesting one actually to see if I can get it looking smoother. I'm gonna be here a while. What have we got on? Are there any supported files? I don't know. I just took them as they were, and obviously I used the Hey-Gears unbelievable one-click support system, so it supported all the files for me, orientated them on the build plate, and then sliced them. It's pretty much all I do for files these days anymore. So. Forever. I feel like I need like a bigger file. Really get in there with this thing. I do have a thicker. The grit probably not ideal for this, to be honest. Yeah, you're much more abrasive. Let's go attack it with you. I don't know how that's coming through sound wise. Is that awful for everybody ever? I have a feeling that's awful for everybody ever. Are projects like this printed hollow? I dislike hollow prints, which is a bizarre thing to say because I know it's just a waste of material. to not print hollow, but I've had problems with like models cracking in half and breaking, even after like later on they can crack and stuff. While sanding resin, you should really be wearing a mask. I know, but I'm not going that crazy with it. It's not like a power sander. Like there's not dust. There's a bit of dust on my desk, but it's not up in my face, and I can't talk and wear a mask at the same time. So, is that looking any better? I don't think so. It's definitely just wonky as all hell on that side. Look at that. Aim for the same level of smoothness as your head, Andy. Ho ho! I just said what others were thinking. That's just mean. No, you should snort the dust. I'm with Sam here. Sam gets it. Sam's obviously also a channel member, so I mean, what they say kind of goes. So I am worried for your health. Yeah, a lot of people are worried for my health. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I don't do this very often. If you only do dangerous things once, they're clearly not dangerous, right? Look, I'm standing away from me. Cancer is all going towards my computer. So don't be worrying. Me worry about him all the time. Yeah. It is removing a decent amount of material. I may be able to get this smooth. I just think it'll take a lot of time. Now I just wish I do have a power sander, but I won't use it because Felix will give out to me. Maybe when I'm off stream. 199. Legion Media. I like it. I like it. We'll have to do another one. Maybe if I do it like this. Am I clever or stupid? Don't answer that. It was a rhetorical question. But I think it might be a clever idea. If I put this flat, you can't see what I'm doing. That's how clever I am. I'm doing it because I need to try and make it smooth, flat. So if I put this on a flat surface, then it has to sand flat, right? I'm a genius. I'm a genius. You all know I'm a genius. Anyone want to complain about the sound? Is that really bad? Doesn't feel like it's getting any closer. Might even be getting worse. I may be making it worse, people. How that's possible, I don't know. Yeah, I might be just filling that bit. We won't talk about that. What am I going to do with all this just tasty sugar on my table? Be grand. Oh, sugar. Sugar lumps. The sanding sounds like a tiny, tiny steam engine. Is that annoying or is that okay? I don't know. You want to see a rough... Do you want to see a rough holding together of the main body? Get in there, you. Yeah. Yeah. There's the main Lucius pattern Warhound. Cool, right? I think it's going to be sexy. It doesn't kill me first. Paint like Andy Fine. Disobey health and safety like Andy. Not fine. Simple logic. Yeah. Do what I say, not what I do. True question. How does one deal with the stress of bidding wars on eBay? I'm going to have to war for a few high elves, a nice old metal Vespid. Yeah. So usually I just put my maximum bid as my first bid. Do you know what I mean? So if something is like 20 quid and I'm willing to spend 50, I'll just put 50 because then it will just chalk up as I go along. And that's the lazy man's way to do it. Otherwise, you just have to try and be the sniper at the end, which I've done a couple times and it has won and it has cost me, which is you literally be on, and I think it's at the like 3 or 4 or 5 second mark. You can put in another bid and there's enough time for it to ping up, but not enough time for someone to respond. But like, let's say a model is sat at 20 and I've put in my bid at 50 and someone tries to jump in at 25 at the end, my bid will immediately push it to 26 and I'll win. So more money always wins on eBay. It's just about what you think it's worth. If it's new high elves that you're looking, or old high elves, have you seen Highland Miniatures high elves this month? The 3D printed ones? Like, if you're not playing in Games Workshops, you're not going to play in Warhammer World, and you want to play Old World, I suggest you check out Highland Miniatures for their version. Highland Miniatures. These are their tasty new high elves, which just look like old high elves. So, yeah. They do some ridiculously nice stuff. Highland Miniatures is one of my, like, I think they do some of the best 3D printed sculpts for the old world. They might do the best 3D sculpts for the old world, to be honest. Like, their great swords are just great swords. They're just amazing. Yeah, so I don't know. Things like Proxy Wars, the company that I work with, like, they'll have them just buy if you don't have access to a 3D printer. Psych Warfare just raised by 1 cent. You can't, but okay. It's a minimum of €1 each time, I think. Now you have to paint the whole thing with nothing but sponges. All right, Midwinter, calm down. You know, Mr. Farrell, I'm here. You can take it from the top. Ah, sorry, okay. So, Mr. Shabby is the worst human being that I've ever met in my entire... No, I'm joking. He's a good one. What part was I cleaning up on this before I stopped? So something I am having to do, right? So for instance, this is what I was talking about with the knee where it printed face down. I haven't done this other piece yet. So yes, I've seen Tiny Legends. Thank you for pointing it out, but I have seen them before. They are incredible. The only problem I find with them is not a problem. It's not a problem at all. But like, the Grimguard are enough of their own thing that I don't think they can ever be touched. Theirs, Tiny Legends, are just the Games Workshop sculpts. They've added some own pieces and they do some extra stuff, but like, you know what I mean? Like, they could get a cease and desist letter tomorrow and they would just be shut down with their, you know what? I get a little bit nervous about that kind of thing. So, I'm not actually a big fan of stealing stuff like that. I know it's a weird thing. I'm sat here with a 3D printed Titan, but I was talking to Laura about this, and if Games Workshop no longer produces it, I think it's fine. I think all hands are off for them. What are they going to do? You know, don't you 3D print Lucius? Okay, can I buy one from you? No, then feck off. So yeah, like, direct copies, I'm just a bit weird of. You know, at some point in the, like, I can't be a hypocrite. At some point in the future, Mediocre Hobbies will produce a product. We will do that. Everyone does. I'm excited to do a bunch of different stuff, and maybe a line of miniatures is in something I would like to do. I quite like Rogue Hobby style of having a beautiful miniature just sculpted and sent out, like the one miniature every 3 months or something, like some cool thing. Get a great designer, design a great model. And I would hate if someone copied it and sold mine over. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, I can't be a hypocrite. At least you're safe from your wet palette. What's wrong with my wet palette? Don't talk about it on stream chat because now I'm looking for Metal Vespid. Oh no. Highland are fine and they cover a lot, but some of their faction specialists are amazing. Avatars of War for orcs and goblins, for example, or Lost Kingdom for chaos, and a few others. I like it, man. Take the notes on these things. If you think that's the way to go, write them. Because, like you said, you were talking about the see, I've got the name of them. All right, this is the problem with my brain. The one I was just giving out about that are just copies of Games Workshop. I forgot their name. Someone has to keep that ego deflated. Lol. I'm still wary of spindly 3D prints. My brother has the printer. I'm still more comfortable with plastic or having to do repairs. Okay, so you've got a slightly like outdated mindset for 3D printing. So there's specific resins now that's designed for miniatures that's like tough and durable. Some of them are even a little bit bendy. I'm right there with you. When I first started 3D printing stuff, it was bad. Stuff did break all the time. And if it broke, it was a nightmare to try and repair. Now I'm just not nervous about that kind of thing at all. TY Power has become a member. Thank you so much for becoming a member, buddy. Very much appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Apparently, the Lord Bossicus is indeed ready to come on. So let us attempt to have her enter the chat. So if I... they've changed the whole way this works. Invite guest. Send invite. You must pause with me a moment, people. Oh, some sort of screen has begun to appear. I'm going to put my headset on, am I? Because if I don't put my headset on, then you're going to hear us twice. Or you're going to hear her twice. Bob the Builder, can he fix it? Bob the Builder. Onto my headphone dongle. Okay, so now things should be coming through my little ear muffins. I think Laura is coming in. I heard a click, which means I'm hearing her. Hello. Now, oh, you're on screen. You're there. Okay, so now I just have to say that again. You did. So if I turn the stream together on, if you say something now.
Hello.
Okay. And I just need to turn you off on my desktop because I'm not hearing. That's why I was hearing you twice. And now I think we're ready to go. We're doing good.
Are we working?
We are working.
Yay! Hello, Medusa. How are you?
So I'm going to minimize this because I need to still see two chats. Be really cool if you did a Blood Bowl miniature of a guy decided to put out a line. Wait. Oh, yeah, Blood Bowl miniature would be kind of cool, yeah. I think if the STLs are creative and original, even if they're intended as proxy, it's more positive. Exactly, that's my point. That's why I was talking about, like, the Grimguard are like an alternate. I feel like I can bolster my Krieg army without taking away from Games Workshop. Whereas the other guys are, like, I feel are just too close. It's why I don't like any, and I literally mean any 3D prints for Space Marines. Because either they're exactly the same, they're just copies, and I don't like that, or they're different, and I hate them. This is none I've liked so far. Best rule, I think, is if you like the G2 model and you can buy it. If you don't, look for proxy. No need to be black and white. Wait, what? You don't.
No, if you like it and you can buy it,
yeah, I got that.
Buy it. If they don't.
You don't.
I know what he's kind of trying to say. If you can't buy it or you don't like it, look for a proxy. I don't know about the if you.
Oh, she just froze. Did she freeze? Did she freeze or did we freeze? Looks like she's about to drop a sick beat. So if you don't like 3D prints of Space Marines, what do you think about prints or recasts of old models of Space Marines? Her PC just crashed, lol. She'll be back in a minute. Like I said, that's fine. if it's no longer produced. Do you know what I mean? If a model has now been retired, it is no longer available, and you still want it, I don't think you should be forced to pay eBay prices for things. You know what I mean? I think it's totally okay to get a copy or whatever. Like, I've got this next to me. I've had it for weeks. I haven't done anything with it yet. I will, but I bought this from a recasting site. It is one of the Ogre Rhinoxes. I always wanted the full squad, the boss and the two on either side, to have a monster unit of Rhinoxes. This is my test buy from that website, the Chinese Recaster or wherever they're from. And I think the quality is fine. I think when I spray it and paint it, it's going to look great. And these are no longer available. That's why I was okay with it. I just mean sometimes people feel like they have to join Team 3D Print and never touch GW models again. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I don't think there's ever a... Like, if everybody did 3D print, like, everybody decided, feck, Games Workshop, we're just going to 3D print our models, Games Workshop would close down, and then no one would make cool games, and it just wouldn't work. So I'm going to do a sacrilegious thing here. I'm going to cut off these rivets, which I know it's a horrible thing. Andy, what are you doing? Why are you cutting off those rivets? Because I need to sand the front panel, and the front panel will like, you can't actually see the 3D printing stud lines as much as I can. So watch when I do this. Is that the right one? Yeah, that'll work. See them popping up as I sand them. So this is supposed to be like the smooth panels. So we just kind of want to sand those clean and smooth. And obviously we would have hit the rivets anyway. Or pay £50 for a model that they don't like to get rules. Yeah, I don't pay for rules, so that's a bit outside my remit, but I know exactly what you mean. I think of the most part people with printers print and purchase models. I do anyway, but each their own. Yeah, I love that as well. I'm a big, like, obviously you know I'm a big advocate of 3D printing. It's a huge part of my hobby now. And I just want to see it grow. So I like to pay for files. I like to support the creators. Like all the stuff that I got for the Death Company video I did yesterday, all 3 bundles of files were all paid for. I paid for the Death Company symbols as a separate piece. I paid for the files for the Flesh Tear symbol, and I paid for the Dante's wings. So, yeah. Rises, Fusion Blaster, Prime to Fire. Yes. Going into lurk mode for a little bit while. No worries, Glyn. I'm tired, but good. Well, she's gone. Does Laura want to build a snowman? Do you want to build a snowman? Oh, that looks so cool. Yeah, it should do. Yeah, I bought an Eldar sniper guy. Oh yeah, the Illic Nightspear model. Great model. And same, like you said, you wanted that model. You have a huge Eldar collection. It's not like Games Workshop hasn't gotten probably €1,000 or more off of you in just buying Eldar. And you wanted that nice model that doesn't exist anymore. I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to get your hands on it. This is where the water will come in handy, because right now it just looks like I'm wrecking this thing again. Annie, what have you done? Oh, you just sanded it really nice and it's beautiful now. Look, look how silky smooth it is. With the glare, you can't even see the nub. Look, completely gone. I know what I'm doing. Sometimes. If you guys don't believe me. Just keep going. Next part, next part, next part. Also, I found with 3D models, it's easier to wet sand. Takes less time and no dust. Nice. I'm not very good at wet sanding or know much about wet sanding, but I like the idea. I totally get what you mean. GW do great sculpts, and yes, it can cost, but If you like it, if there's always some amazing 3D models out there to make amazing proxies, yes. Better than some GW stuff. Arguably, I definitely think like there's no proxy out there, in my opinion, for 40k or Age of Sigmar models that's better than the originals. Games Workshop is the best miniature producer on the planet, in my opinion. But their Forge World scopes are awful. Like, they're genuinely just awful. They're horrible to work with. They don't fit together, and they're genuinely upsetting. So, like when I was reading the Reddit post yesterday about the Reaver Titan, the guy had bought another Reaver Titan. He had it in the pictures of the, like, I have a Forge World one, and I was just such an awful time trying to get it looking nice that he's moved to a 3D printed one to get a nicer model. And I just think that's insane. Can't wait. Got that Brutalis upgrade arriving tomorrow. Nice. The same one that I got. I had that file, but he should talk to me. I have no qualms with buying from a recaster if what you want is no longer in production. Same as me, yeah. I use recasters for the old out of production Forge World stuff that I've always wanted. Same. No problem with that. I went around the Warhammer event day looking for the model and was told they don't do it anymore. Yeah. For legal reasons, you must state Andy does not, in fact, always know what he is doing. Please take caution if you attempt to emulate him. That should be like a jackass warning in front of every video that I do. It's just, this guy actually doesn't know what he's talking about. But I think because I got mediocre in my name, it's kind of implied. If I can't go from eBay, it's too expensive to recut. Yeah. I thought it would be a 3D printed Titan. Not a big one. I mean, it's so far so good. Yeah, I also think it takes the aggro away a bit. I'll buy more GW models if the one I buy I love. Not some ugly ass wyvern. Yeah, the wyvern's awful. That was ugly when it was out though, for the first time. It was just ugly. Horrible model. Alright, let's try and tidy this up a bit. The Avatars of War one is beautiful and fights alongside a lot of GW works. The Wyvern, nice, yeah. Forge World is actually awful and kind of a disgrace to 40k. The problem with Forge World, not the problem, the cool thing about Forge World is they do really awesome models. Like, what they make is awesome. How they make it is not good. Like, I want to own Titans and I want to own Thunderhawks and, you know, all that cool stuff. I just want nice versions of them. I thought it would be for the Legions Imperialis. Ha! No. That's quitter talk. Here's the gun. Ain't nobody messing around here. Oh, I hear a click there. Clickety clack. She has returned, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
You just got thrown straight in, so you're there.
Yeah. I was trying to sort out my camera for most of that time after my computer crashed. It was weird.
Not ideal.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, he has returned. There's the little steam engine again. Sorry, me sanding is making it feel like a steam engine for people. Yeah, like I was saying, I was going to combine like two sets of videos. I had a video for Anvil Industries 3D printing their new British Space Force, the Praetorian Guard. And in my head, I was like, I'm just going to show them printing this. And I'm going to use those clips to make the video showing off this new printer. And then I was just like, you know what? No, let if this printer is expensive, although it's not as expensive as its previous one. Um, if I want to show what this printer can do, I better show what this printer can do. So hence a goddamn Titan. Like, let's make it worth its while. Like, and I think printing all these gigantic parts out with no fails, that will be enough for me to buy it. Isn't part of the issue that almost all Forge World kits were made in a rush of enthusiasm nearly 20? Yeah, pretty much. So the purpose, I'm sure I've talked about this before. The purpose of Forge World when it first began was a prototype studio. So it was for certain kits that were like, should we make this? I don't know. Let's make a resin version of it. It doesn't cost nearly as much to produce. And then if we sell loads of them, we'll notice a demand for them, and then we'll move it over to plastic. And the best examples I can give you for that are the Trigon. Trigon was a Forge World kit originally, and got moved over to plastic, and it's exactly the same kit. Like it's exactly the same thing. And then the Valkyrie. Valkyrie was a full resin kit originally back in the day, and it sold loads of them, so they made a plastic one. So there's a couple other ideas like that. But eventually your man went kind of mental and just started doing more and more and more of his own thing. So
Hello, everyone.
you just zoomed in. You just zoomed in mega.
Oh, no.
Hello. What happened there?
I don't know, but I hate it.
What have you done?
Can you still hear me?
Yes.
The camera app is just
Having a bad
a
day.
disaster right now.
It's funny because you just said hello and then I looked up and you were like right in my face.
I
was
know.
like, ah, hello.
Oh, not prepared for that. I don't know what's happening.
One unshamed, I think 3D printing can't help with is out of print books. Is that supposed to be a joke? Because if you just take away the 3D part, then yeah. Shame one thing printing can't help is out of print books. It's what printing is for. Just ordered the DC Brutalis upgrade also after watching the video. It looks great. Yeah, it's awesome. When I don't feel like reading a book, I spend far too much time on screens as it is. Audiobooks, man, I should listen to it. Hello.
I'm still. This is not showing on my screen. That is so weird. I'm just gonna keep the camera off because that's terrifying.
I don't know why it's doing it.
Like on my app, I'm obviously normal sized because otherwise I wouldn't have turned back the camera on there. It's terrifying.
That's really weird. I don't know why that's happened.
Anyway,
I don't feel
I can just talk if you want, or I can go.
you talk. We're all good.
Okay.
For 3D printing, I prefer to use it as an add-on for stuff that doesn't exist, like my Bloodraven shoulder pads, Rhino. Yes, I love that. It's one of my favorite uses for it. That's what I did for all my flash tears.
Yeah, to add something extra special to your own army, make it your own. It's a good way to do it.
The files I found for my flash tears shoulder pads were so worth every penny, because not only was it just like a shoulder pad with flash tears, the guy's file was like, here's like a Mark III shoulder pad with the symbol on it. Here's a Mark 10 Primaris shoulder pad with the pad. Here's a Terminator with the pad on it. Like, he went through all the different variants it could be, and then he just gave me an individual buzz blade. So if it's a snap fit model, or if it's a model that you've already built and painted and you just want to add it on after, he did that. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And he did loads of legions and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We've unlocked big head mode on Laura. Yeah, after 2 years of streaming, that's what happens.
She's a bit bigger, full of herself, we know. Is part of the style, yes. New Forge World characters are gorgeous, but they don't make new Titans anymore. Well, they do. They made the Warlord and then the Warbringer, and yeah. Run! For the love of God, run! Is that my housewarming gift, by the way? What? The Titan? No. Now, if you say my godchild needs some nice giant 3D printed thing, then perhaps we'll talk. We have unlocked Big Hit, yes. Zordon is in the room, lol, but obviously much prettier.
Thank God you said that.
Slanesh escaped. Belisarius recruit a group of scouts with attitude. Which printer? I actually can't say. I'm under NDA
Yeah.
currently. I can talk about it on the 19th. But if you look at the Hey Gears Instagram, there's a bunch of hints and clues for a new printer that they're working on, and that may have something to do with it. But I just want to be careful what I say in case, because I have actually signed an NDA. Not just like, don't mention this. I have signed legal documents. So I should have cut off the nubs before I started.
Desolate7, if you haven't got a 3D printer, you might be able to get like a 3D printing service nearby you.
Yep.
If you have the files.
The files in this was actually free.
That's kind of insane. Although again, like we talked about, if it's free, they're not making a profit on it.
Yeah,
so they're not.
His loophole.
Yeah.
Once again, I know it looks like, I kind of like this moment where it's like, what has Andy done? Look at him, he's ruined the, oh. Just tidied it all up.
Nice.
Sorry,
what way are you going to paint this guy?
Yep.
Cool. That sounds cool.
I don't know. I should probably do him to match my other Warhound. I just start like my own Legio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I do like the red with the yellow and black chevron back and everything. That's an actual Titan Legion. Like it's not just made up.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of it because we looked it up at the time.
Yeah, so I don't know. I do for some reason have the Titan bug right now. I'll do this and I'll do my live Porphyrion and see how I feel. The big stream we do in January or February, the one where we do a big model, it's probably going to be a Reaver, people. So that should be kind of insane and a bit of fun.
New Year, New Titan?
Hmm?
New Year, New Titan?
New Year, New Titan, yes.
Desolate7, I don't know about in Dublin. If there's like lots of options online that
loads of Fiverr things. Fiverr do lots of 3D printing.
I don't know a place in Dublin. Like I'm sure there is some, but I wouldn't be able to recommend. Hey, go into this place and get everything. Like
I don't think there is.
I feel like
to go to. I think they're not like
they're all online.
Shop
aren't they?
fronted. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would someone pay for retail space?
Yeah. Is anyone working on anything cool tonight?
I'm working on a Titan.
Are you? Do you have a name for him yet?
No.
Need a cool name.
I do. I don't actually have a name for the other the other Titan I have. One of the things I am doing is my last Titan I based on one of the old Citadel tree bases. So it's all like wonky shapes and I hate it. I hated it ever since the first day it happened. So when I laser cut out a new base for this one, I'm going to laser cut out a new base for him, and then I'm going to very delicately, with a lot of force and anger, pull that one off its old base and rebase it to match. So that might end in lots of breaking and swearing and stuff, but I think that'll be for the best.
Okay, I like it. Wasn't there another base that we were supposed to print soon too? It was like a big base.
No. Porphyrion? Atreus? I don't know.
No, I vaguely remember talking about some other
I kind of remember
base that we needed. Yeah. Sinclair is working on new Karagagzul dwarf army. Very cool. Mike is working on Middle Earth Orakai. Ooh, cool. Batch painting Katachan. Could you do the base switch live on stream, please?
You're such a jerk. But yes,
No.
I will do that for you. No, I said yes. It's Felix,
just gonna be muted the whole time.
Yeah,
We're gonna get demonetized.
Spray cans flying left and shoes flying right. I don't know why. Oh, insanely expensive printer. Oh, is that the... No. So, I can't tell you... Oh, I'm going to tell you some stuff. So...
You can just wait till next week. Just to be safe.
Just to be safe. They're not listening. It's fine. I'm not going to tell them everything. I'm just going to say, like, what you might be looking at, just to be careful with Hey Gears, is they do industrial printers for, like, orthodontists to make dentures and stuff. So, some of their printers are, like, 20,000 euros or more. Like, don't worry about those. Their first desktop 3D printer is the Reflex, which is the last one that they sent me, which is an insane printer. That's also like $2,000, which is it's the most expensive personal printer that I could find anywhere. It was insane, but even still, I think it was worth it. It's an insane machine. This one is, I think they realized that not everyone has that much money to spend on a desktop 3D printer, so they basically scaled it back, and this one is half the price of the last one, and on the launch week it's only going to be $800, and I can't see any difference between this and the $2,000 one. So if anyone is in the market for a high quality resin 3D printer, do not buy anything now and wait a couple of weeks until that the deal is available, and then buy that one, because it's freaking insane. I'm toying with the color on the free Tyranid Prime I got with the Combo Patrol. Nice. So with Titan, is this going to be Robin, Raven, Beast Boy, or Cyborg? Myself and the Hobby Lapdog are painting the Fortified Manor. Nice. Building, not painting. Appreciate it. This evening I'm stuck in Warbringer Titan trim hell. Warbringer Titan is a beast. I'm not packing. I am no packing. I'm now packing. 2 hours of beeping. Lol. I say this every time. My dentist has one and showed me it the last time I had a checkup. The dentist 3D printer and setups are amazing. Yeah. You could just go back and watch my video, because I rave about this so much. Like, most 3D printing companies are clones of other 3D printers. You know what I mean? They're all the same. It's a lid, it's an LCD screen, it's a plate that goes up and down. You know, I don't know names of people who have, but it's just like, you know, Anycubic saw Frozen's one, they bought a copy of it and they just went, pull it apart, and went, okay, that's how they did it, put it back together, and there's no difference. Like, I have 20 3D printers now. All of them are the same except this. The whole way they've done everything is different, and it's because they've come at it from an industrial point of view. Instead of coming at it from a consumer, they were like, how do you make the best thing possible? Okay, this. And they designed it from washing, from curing, to print design. It's all better. It's just amazing. So yeah, it's got big props for me. Buy-in for the new... Yeah, it is steep, but the system and the software is just like the software the dentists use in the customer support. Yeah, like I said, this was all auto-supported by them. They just did it all for me. So, yeah. I could show it to you if you guys were really curious about how it all works. Like, how easy it is to support, like, an insane... It's Hey Gears is the company.
It's the one that we were talking about that has a whole, like using an iPhone, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
good. Like, not everyone wants to mess around as a whole new hobby with learning how to 3D print. Some people just want to get a 3D printer and press print.
Danny Higdon, I'm printing an Orc Titan. God sent files for an Orky 8080 and I'm pumped it up to 150%. Just the legs and belly are taller than the... Oh my god. Titans
We're gonna need to see pictures.
I know. Titans get jeeted through the stream. Yeah. I'm printing on an Anycubic Photon Mono X. and this is an expensive printer for me. Yeah. Should I convince my brother-in-law, who is a dentist, he needs an amazing 3D printer and to print models for me? You could. It's like, I can't see why you shouldn't do that. Oh. Ow.
What did you do?
I am stupid. I took a drink of my can and my mustache got stuck behind the thing and I pulled my mustache. Actually tearing up in my right eye.
Today is not our day.
No, today sucks. All right.
Tomorrow, though, is Friday the 13th, and that is a very good day.
Only get better. Okay.
You don't need an expensive printer. My Mono X, which I got on sale during Amazon Prime Day, I have a wash cure station that I bought with my older Mono years ago. The wash cure station is small, but I make it work.
Whose comment is that?
The Budget Hobbyist on YouTube.
The Budget Hobbyist, you are 1000% correct. And I will always say that. Like, don't buy outside your budget at all.
Yeah.
There's a reason that the... Get out of the way. I don't need you in the way there. There's a reason that that one... See that one? The Nova 3D... the Whale 3 SE. That was a €300, like, budget large-scale printer. And I still think that's one of the best printers I've ever owned. It is absolutely insane. And I often said that when I was looking at things like the GK2. I'm like, the GK2, another incredible printer. It's like, I know I'm throwing lots of letters and numbers out there, and for a lot of people, they don't care. But the GK2 was a glorious printer. But like, if you are stretching, like it's stretching to buy the GK2, like a GK2 was like 800 quid. If I had 800 quid, I would buy that and the wash station and the cure station, and I would have like 200 bucks left over, and I would buy 2 packs of gloves, and I would buy my big bottle of IPA, and I would buy 4 bottles of resin, and I would buy some kitchen towels and a breathing mask. You know what I mean? Like, you could just buy the printer, or you could get everything in, like, and you'll be fine. You know what I mean? I do not think in any way, shape, or form that any printer is bad. They're all great. It's just size and some functionality and stuff. If you're good at like fine-tuning stuff and making it work, it'll all be fine. I don't think they actually make that one anymore, which is really sad, because I hyped that up to no end. There's the next version of it, the 14K one, which I have as well, but I actually like the older one better.
Felix says, my first printer was a Photon Mono, and I was so proud and happy for a long time.
Best printer that has ever been made ever.
Oh, that one, yeah.
This is my first 3D printer.
I feel like you might get buried with that one.
It's the sexiest little thing. It even feels like better than most new printers. The design of the lid.
I think it just looks the coolest too. Like, it looks like a retro gaming thing. It's awesome.
And yeah, it will the amount of things that I've printed with this thing. The first time I ever seen Gloop turn into something cool was in this machine. Like, I have big plans that whenever I do finally get the big studio and all that kind of stuff, my stream setup, you know, you can have like cool things in the back of your stream setup. Like, this will be one of the cool things just on my shelf. Just
an OG 3D printer.
It's one of those kind of things like oh, I'm not just jumping in here, I'm here from the start, you know. Also, no Titan related, but Hive Fleet Morrigan convert here. Yes!
Yes! Awesome.
The Hive Fleet grows. My little Mono was a tank. Yeah! I could run it all day, no stop, and yep, we all did. Been running my Saturn II for years, and you fall in love with them. If they work, it's great. I got a cheap Mars 3 for very little on Black Friday. I had a bad experience with one. Oh, there's somewhere. One of the Frozen printers that I was supposed to work with, they sent me like the smallest, most basic one, and it didn't work. It just was like a faulty one from the factory, and it was just like ugh, I couldn't be arsed trying to do anything with it. So unfortunately, that like partnership fell through right at the beginning. When I got my first own mini printed by myself, I was like, oh, Christmas in the middle of Warhammer World. Yeah, I prefer to do my own supports. Pre-support files are hit and miss. Either they work fine or they fail horribly. Not on this one. This one is very different. I don't use expensive resin either. Just whatever ABS like I find on sale. Yeah, that's a great way to work it too. Like resin is mostly resin. I'm not experienced enough with that kind of chemical. You know, some people do like mixes and all sorts of no,
Yeah,
I'm like you, buddy.
crazy looking stuff.
Shit.
That to me is like another
It is. It's
hobby in itself.
bananas.
Like just which is cool if you're into it, but other than that, it's just can I just pour in the same stuff, please, and get a result. Back to Twitch. When are you going to sit in your chair, spin around in front of your 3D scanner, and give us an Andy head for Space Marines?
Yeah. So I was, speaking of that, I was on TikTok yesterday, having a bit of fun, and there was the app to make you into a greaser. You know, like someone was like, you know, you'd make a funny pose and AI turns you into a greaser. And I love greasers. I think they're super cool. So I did it, and it made me an old black man. So, me and scanners are no longer friends. It's the bald head and the tan. I bet I can top that with piercing pain.
Don't. We're not reading those bits. Axon is assembling the last of the old Deathwing Terminators. Will end up with 35 Terminators on a his command squad.
Nice.
That's insane. Is that going to get turned into a statue like the proof Tony has a heart, but proof Andy is mediocre? That'll be cool for the printer.
I like that.
Charlie says, hello, your content is so amazing, especially for us beginners.
Oh, thanks, Charlie.
Nice to hear.
Appreciate you. It's a very nice thing to hear. Although, you know the way I talked about it before, when like my broken ass brain, when certain things can trigger my brain to think of a certain phrase or word, like a song lyric can make me say this or whatever. So Charlie just immediately makes me go to Charlie bit me. Yep,
I do that too.
I'm mostly printing avatars of war orcs. A few other creators I don't know do a better job than I would. I know they do a better job than I would. Yep. I just use whatever washable 8K. You got to be water washable. I'm not a big water washable person. I hope they'll be converted.
I don't trust that yet.
Somebody sent me 2 bottles of water washable last week, and I will use it to death. And then I'll let you know. But yeah, I've had bad experience with water washable. Is there a chance that you could do a video about how to support minis? Tanks and parts, for example, or tighten or something big and flat or something that would be very helpful for a lot of us. I mean, like I do know how to use, like, to support a miniature. I know what I'm doing, but because I've got the auto support function, I feel like I should very quickly demonstrate how it works for me. Because people want to see what it looks like.
I don't feel like making a video like that. I feel like there's stuff that you would know, and then there's so many other things that people will be just like, but what about this thing? And you'd be like, I haven't done that, so I can't. Like, I just don't think we're the channel for 3D printing teaching stuff. But if you want to show how easy it is on this thing, obviously go ahead. But I just, like, there's whole channels that focus on 3D printing and doing supports and everything.
What's a greaser?
And I don't think it's our lane.
You know, the like 1950s, 60s American greaser from Greece. The white t-shirts, you know, leather pants, Doc Marten boots, big amazing quiffed up hairs, drive around hot rods. Greasers, leather jackets. The Fonz, he was a greaser.
I never knew them as greasers either, though, until you said it.
That's all they're known as. Greasers, because they're greasing the hair. Greasers.
Rockabilly, no? Or something. I don't know. I feel like I know them as something else. Um, Speaking of NIDs, have you played Space Marine 2 yet?
Yes, me and Laura, we played the intro, and then we played up until we took back the first orbital gun. We haven't got into the orbital gun yet. We just paused at that moment when it's like, you've claimed the gun, because Dave is supposed to catch up with us. So the three of us can play through the rest of it together, that's why we didn't play last night, which drove us both crazy. So we better catch up soon, or we're just going to leave him behind.
Yeah, if he's not on tonight, we gotta play before I forgot all the stupid buttons again. So yeah, you better be caught up.
But the problem I had with Water Washable is, like, I remove supports with usually just some hot water. The first time I put a water washable resin in hot water, it just crumbled. The whole thing cracked apart, just totally destroyed itself. It was ridiculous. And I was like, screw water washable, just using normal toxic as hell resin now.
To me, that just does not sound safe. Like, I know that they have worked out how to make it safe, but I don't trust that. So I wouldn't let Andy use water washable stuff.
Gorgonson, I love that post. It makes me very happy. Used to be Primaris hater. Now after playing Space Marine 2 to death, I've been converted to be a Primaris fan, and now I'm sat here painting some Primaris Marines. Beautiful.
That's awesome. I have been looking at it I was saying it to Andy last night, like the power packs and stuff, just looking at it like, okay, that's how they move, that's how they sit, and stuff. Like, from a costume perspective, like, I really like all the details you can see as well.
Charlie, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. I won't bite.
Thank you, Charlie.
Mike C, I am so bad at Space Marine 2. Lol, don't worry, so's Laura.
Hey, we have died roughly the same amount of times. There's so many keys that to me just don't make sense.
I still can't
like, they're not
the timing for diving right.
For the
And my angle object about 45 degrees. Clicked auto support. Yep, all I need to do, change view of bottom level of your slicer. Add more supports on the bottom slice print. Well, this is what I'm trying. Hold on, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Rockers, is that? Yeah, I think I know them as Rockers.
That's the British name for the mods and rockers. It's not American.
Okay.
Let me pull back this up. If I go to
Gorgonson, that's the part we can't figure out, the parry system.
So this is the system that I have access to for 3D printing now. This is the system that comes with the Hey-Gears printer.
Hey-Gears.
So I literally just say, I want to create a new project. And I choose which machine I want. Cool. What kind of tank that I have in it. The application. Cool. What resin am I going to use? Perhaps 10. 30 millimeter. Yep. And then I go confirm. So now I have started and created. So now I just need to add in a file. So obviously I was working on, so these are all pre. So here's here's the Titan parts, right? So you just throw the Titan parts on. And I'll continue to add, I don't know, here's a turbo laser cannon thing. And then where's the rest of the turbo laser? Turbo laser 01, turbo laser part 2, right? And I'll just leave it at those three for now. I could fit more on, but I just come up here and hit one click slice and hit start, and it just does everything for me. Like, my computer's going to be a little bit slow because it's running everything else under the sun with both streams and all that kind of jazz. But like, it goes through like I said, it repairs the file, it orientates the file, it supports the file. Then it lays the files out the way I want them. And then it slices it. And then I digitally send this. So this is sat here slicing. When this is finished, I can just go to sliced files. Obviously this one is still slicing. But when it's finished slicing, I just hit this button here, the little arrow. and it sends it straight to the printer, and then I walk over the printer and hit print. So yeah, I'm aware, Tim. You don't need to get into semantics. So yeah,
It would be funny if you did a how to support prints for a video, and then you were just like, you press this button, and then that was the whole video. Just make it short.
yeah, it would be kind of funny, right? Why are people upset? It's such an easy thing to do. Dink.
Yeah. The ultimate guide to providing supports.
Yeah. 14-year-old Mia's harassing me in Space Marine 2. Dad, you need to put on easy mode. Yeah. Do it. Here's another meme quote for me. Do it.
Also, someone was supposed to put it on easy mode and he forgot, so we're now not playing it in easy mode.
Yeah.
Although I did get through the other bit. Fine.
You did, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Just took a little bit of time.
I need hay gears, but I'm just a poor software engineer. What do you mean a poor? A software engineer should be a well-paid individual. You're a software engineer. Is there a showcase tonight? No. Should there be?
I just realized there should have been, but we'll.
Why are we so
yeah, I don't know, because we had a few days off. I haven't put up the new monthly challenge yet either, so we're a little bit behind on that. So let me figure that out, and then I'll post on the Discord during the week.
Mediocre Legion, the colors will be blue and orange like the logo, and their slogan will be I am Anticus, or this is class.
I would love to see that.
I live in Germany. I'm not well played. Oh. Greases are like John Travolta in Grease. Exactly. See a printed 3D war puppy. Instantly get jealous and grumpy. Moaning English noises. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just in the middle of doing a little clean of some 3D printed parts. That's all. I would like to just leave this as so when people drop in and out, they're seeing a big pile of awesome, but it won't focus on the thing that I'm actually doing. I did that because I was talking about it. Wanted to move to Ireland for the tech companies, but I can't afford a flat in Dublin. Most of the tech companies aren't in Dublin.
Yeah, they're out in Galway and
Cork has a lot
where
of well.
nobody lives. I'll be away next week. Okay, we might leave this monthly challenge until we might just let it roll over because it's a conversion one, and then get back on track because obviously there's going to be some sort of a Halloween challenge set at the end of the month. So maybe we'll just let this one go for now, and then we'll have a showcase then.
We just do horror. Like that's it. One word, horror.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone start thinking.
That means for a lot of people.
Yeah, because for some it could be like a cute clown or a little girl.
A lot of us are afraid of girls.
That's true. October we could do, but I feel like that's like a community challenge anyway, so we'll have our own one, or you can do October. Budget hobbyist, I only use the free Lychee slicer. You just need to play around with it. Learning printing, like building and painting, takes time.
Oh, like I said, I have 20 printers, and I've only got 2 that use that system. Everything else I use Lychee.
Yeah. Jack Fletcher has joined us from Vancouver. What type of Titan are you making?
A Lucius pattern Warhound Titan. So obviously the Warhound Titan that is currently available is the Mars pattern. There used to be a different pattern that used to be sold by Forge World called the Lucius pattern. It's more dog looking. It's very nice print Titan. And I found some files for it, and for some reason it got it in my brain and I just started printing. So a couple days later I have all the parts, and now I'm sat here on stream removing supports and cleaning up the Titan print. So why not? Why not?
Why not indeed? Gorgon said has managed to cope with normal just to try hard to get to the next level of gun for operations.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, we're on
currently
normal
we're
mode
just
as
doing it on
well.
normal. We're gonna leave it on normal until we get to a bit where we really can't do. And then, but I don't think we'll
Or
get
if we
there.
give up waiting for Dave. Is multiplayer different to the single player?
I don't know. I thought multiplayer was gonna be like a battle royale style thing, just people fighting against each other. Not a battle royale, but like a
I think that's a separate thing, isn't it?
yeah. Oh no, sorry.
There's like
You're talking
3
about multiplayer.
modes.
No, multiplayer is just the campaign. You know the way you run around with you and 2 dudes in the campaign? Oh, you don't know that yet because you're. Yeah, you run around with 2 dudes, so the 2 dudes are the other people that play with you.
Spooktober, obviously. Yeah, we'll try and think of a cool name. Conversion challenge, you say? Does it have to be new or can I submit one? We prefer new things just for people doing the monthly challenge, like as part of the month. But if you have an old one that you want, that you haven't been able to share yet, before I go ahead. The PvP is separate and the PvE runs alongside the campaign. So Tim is playing it, just hasn't played multiplayer yet. Hi, how are we? Has anyone been collecting the new combat patrols? I've just been getting individual issues where needed. Which ones have you gotten?
There's only 2 of them out so far here, isn't there?
Yeah, we're behind, I think.
I need to empty out my dog for the night. You need to what? What do you mean?
I don't know.
Empt-
He said something similar back a bit, and I thought it was just me not understanding.
I never thought to dust with a wet brush. Learn something new every day. Yeah, just tidies up and makes you see if you've missed any parts and stuff. Keeps everything. Like, look how silky smooth that is. That was full of supports and now it's ready to rock and roll. Just trying to get in this bit now. I was quite clever and I cut up some of the things, so I got smaller bits of it to get into the harder to reach places.
Blood Medusa's just finished her 116th mini for the year. That's amazing.
It's pretty insane.
You gotta get them all in one picture. Or like at the end of the year, get them all on the picture together. It'd be so cool to see.
I still will never forget the year of COVID that I did. The year of Age of Sigmar means that picture.
Yes.
Filled an entire 6x4 from corner to corner. Every square inch of it was filled with miniatures painted in COVID. Island
Good
Detector is
times.
still in free, right? Signed up for premium. What are we talking about here?
I don't know. I think 3D printing thing?
Yeah, why do you need to detect islands? I like the old Warhounds I have, an armor cast one from back in the day. Dibs. Sucks to be you. I'll send you my address. I have no idea, to be honest. I never use it if it is.
Where did you get the files from?
I shared the Colts.
Not everyone is in the Discord.
Yeah, I'm very dubious about just posting it though.
I know. We're not going to post it, but just
It's on
keywords
Colts.
to search.
It's on Colts.
Colts.
Type in
Yeah.
Tightening Colts, you'll probably find it.
Yeah, we're not going to publicly share things, but we can point people the right direction. I think that's okay.
Yesterday game wanted to hurt us all like 18 boss spawns. Oh no.
Oh.
Jet376, hello, 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 how are you?
Good evening.
Only 2 weeks in the UK, just finished my own, yes, we have 2 conversions in the middle of putting an Autarch on a horse and Exodite Viper, but not sure if I showed off my old Magnus Demon Prince. Nice, I like the idea of all that. Only 2 issues of a combat tree, yes, except for the trial runner, yes. Damn, I've started 100 emails a year and I've finished a 1. God damn it. All in one pick. I'll see what I can do.
Yeah.
Now, look, she's going to kill herself now trying to picture all the models.
But they will turn out so good.
Are you going to share all your models you finished this year back just to support her?
I might. I don't know whether they'll fit in one picture though. Might have to zoom out.
You can't figure that out anyway, so.
Yeah. Oh well. Both issues of Combat Patrol are sold out now on the website.
Yeah, I'm not surprised the Von Ryan's
Probably because
Leaper one. It's just
yeah,
an instant steal.
such a good price. By the way, Richard, Richard says, by the way, it's the fellow from Kilkenny who's in Limerick now that used to bug you in the shop. Andy,
What?
do you remember him?
Say that again? Who said that?
A fella from Kilkenny on YouTube who was in Limerick now that used to bug you in the shop.
By the way, it's a
Might
fella
need
from
more
Kilkenny
details.
who is in Limerick now and he used to bug you. I need pictures, man. Like, I'm so bad at names. I need a
Or armies that you played. Models that you bought.
If I saw your face, I'll probably tell you your armies. But
With an English accent. That should help them stand out a little bit more.
no. I was always the worst ever with names.
What armies did you play, Richard? Or what would you have talked to Andy about?
I'm just gonna look him up online and see if I see his face. Are you on Instagram?
Of course he bugged you. He had an English accent. You said it, not me.
Are you Snoozy Fest?
They had Ultramarines and Space Wolves. Depending on where he is from in England, that would have been in an English accent.
Did you convert up your own Thunderwolf Cavalry? I've been using basic Cheat box for a couple of years without any problems. As somebody said, just tip the mini back. Yep, usually to 22 degrees and then auto support fine. Yeah. Of course.
Tim was asking you, was it the wolves that were the Wolf Rider?
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah. Brummy. I can't do a Brummy. I can't. Well, it's not like I sit here practicing English accents, but I don't know.
It's Richard Hammond. He's a little Brummy.
I think he has a TV accent though, doesn't he? He's like
Radio
Clarkson, where like you hear his real voice and you're like, what?
Money, 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 money. You're gonna have to send me a picture, buddy. You're gonna have to. Bum, bum, ba-da, ba-dum, bum. You should hear my Scottish accent. Your Scottish accent? I love the Scots. Told you I worked with Scots for so long. that I actually, and like I said, I got put with all the Scottish groups when I went to England, that I actually, I'm like, speak good Scottish, if you know what I mean. Like, there's no weird Scottish accents that I can't understand, which is good. And Scotsmen definitely get more Scottish when they're talking to other Scots. It's like they all out-Scot each other. It's hilarious.
Camera.
I got it.
Thank you.
Alex Roberts just subscribed. Thank you so much for the subscription, my dear boy. Very much appreciated. Once again, I'm thanking somebody that might not be here. You might just be watching a video from 8 months ago and just decided to subscribe. I don't know. But it's just a funny way of doing it. This.
I learned all I know from a certain animated groundskeeper. Yeah, I think we all did impressions of him. I eat your dog. Tim says, I don't know why, but the memory of doing the Space Hulk launch night just popped back into my head. That was probably the funniest night I did while working for IDW. What was your favorite thing you did for a Games Workshop event, I guess?
The day you left was pretty good. No, me joking. What was my favorite thing working in Games Workshop? I don't know. I just loved it all. I really did enjoy it as an experience. I did enjoy the earlier days better. Like, you got out even before. You would be surprised at how corporate everything did get towards the end. Last 4, 5, 6 years were just awful. Like, I survived because we were so far away from head office, but the English people that had to deal with like head office politics that close to them was just awful. So yeah, the earlier days, big apocalypse days, the late night launches, they were definitely all the highlights.
Even what you were talking about in today's video with the Games Day, I wish I could have seen some of them.
They were amazing. They were just like your cons, but just it's insane.
Yeah.
Such an experience.
I agree. It sounds really good for team building as well. Like, you were all a big part of it, so everyone wanted the event to succeed.
Well, there was also a lot of competition. So when I was trying to describe it in the video today, I was like, every region. So for instance, we would have been England, or we would have been Scotland and Ireland. And then you would have had like, you know, East Midlands would have been a group. And this other, like, every regional manager had about 15 stores. So it was groups of 15 stores making one table. So the things they could produce were, you know, 20 foot by 20 foot boards. Some of them had like real water moving through them with fish tank pumps, and
so cool.
It was incredible. It was like pond lining in the bottom, and it's just insane the stuff they used to do.
Were you given the theme, or was it like
there would be
the regional manager would decide?
No, there would be a larger meeting with all the managers. Unfortunately, I was never a manager at that time. It was all before I even became a manager, so I was never involved in any of the like designing them. And because we were coming over from Ireland, we didn't have the opportunity of like producing the boards because it would have been just too ridiculous to try and bring them over. So like for instance, one year we were doing a giant demons v lizardmen. So the idea was it was like a Khorne demon army was assaulting a temple city in Lustria. So lizardmen defending it. So it was old world Warhammer, so blocks of infantry. So we did a block of 100 Saurus, a block of 100 Temple Guard, 3 Slans, and then we did a huge big custom character to stand on the bridge on a big golden base and everything. It was incredible. But that was the scale. Every unit that was in that table was at least 100 strong. So it was amazing.
That's crazy.
And the shop was the store birthday and the prize painting nights. Oh, the pizza painting night. Pizza painting were so good. The store birthdays were great, but not for the staff. We were glad everybody had a good time, but we dreaded the whole build up. And because there's so much pressure to succeed, like monetarily on birthdays, like it was a big one. And then, like, it was a big point of pride for the company as well. Everyone would find out how everyone did on their birthdays. So if you had a shit birthday, the rest of the company knew. And then the day itself was just bedlam, like absolute bedlam. Like you would pass out Like any poor soul who worked the next day after birthday, I felt sorry for. It's just awful.
You may have received a message on the Facebook page, including a picture, perhaps, but some sort of a message to discreetly tell who this person is.
Discreetly, I'ma show everybody.
Well, no, we're not trying to out him online. We're just
What?
so
What?
you know who
What?
you're talking to. Facebook page.
Am I correct in it's used to work for Apple? Is that you? I can only see your tiny picture. Can I go to your profile? Where's your profile? It's a me. Why can't you go to your profile from a message? That's weird.
It's because you're on a business page.
Oh, it is, isn't it? It's definitely who I think it is.
Axelon said the Apocalypse game where his fire warriors kamikazes 2 Warhound Titans and blew them up with haywire grenades.
Yeah, pretty
That
much
sounds insane. Glenn, my camera is all messed up, so I'm just on voice at the moment until I can sort that out afterwards.
The camera, for some reason, zoomed in mega, so we were all just looking up our
Yeah.
nose. It's pretty funny.
Thanks.
She didn't find it funny, but it was hilarious for all of us. I wasn't supposed to say that, was I? Anyway, that's right. How are you, buddy? I hope you're well. Names are not my friend. I hope everything is going well, buddy. I think the last time we talked, you weren't going through the best times, but I hopefully you're in a better place now. You're doing good. Very good to stay in touch.
Well, he said he's in Limerick now, so I don't know if he's in a better place.
No one's in a better place than Limerick, Jesus Christ.
No.
Favorite memory of was my birthday, yes. I think the day that we first got to sell Forge World was a massive part in the store. So much great. That was I don't even remember what that day was. But yeah, we sold Forge World. That's the day I bought my first Warhound. And everyone was over. It was like 15 staff members. It's insane.
What way did that work? Like you just got in some stock?
Yeah, basically it was once again it was before my time as the manager, so it was the old manager, the Scottish man. Give us the best views. Oh no. Yeah, so he just got a checklist and he was allowed to. It was actually a really like messed up system that we had to go through to get Forge World in the stop, because the store, so retail, had to buy the stock from Forge World.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same company, the same bank accounts, not the same bank accounts, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah,
you have to go through the process of like, yeah, we had to buy the stock from Forge World to sell in the store. It's so stupid. So we just got a budget of like, I don't know, like $2,000 or whatever to buy Forge World stock, and then we brought it in and sold it. And I got my Warhound.
Nice. Did you order that one especially for you, or just? Yeah. Oh, there's one left. Okay, yep.
Yeah, I ordered it in for me.
Okay.
It may look like I've done the majority of the parts, but the parts that are left are really annoying. There's not a lot.
Wait, is it smaller parts left, or?
They're all the tiny parts, but they don't need a lot of this. Needs a bit. The rest of them are all supported quite well. Lots of pistons.
Yeah.
Look at you. What happened there?
Do you have a timeline in your head for this model?
What do you mean?
Like that you'd like to have it completed by anything?
I don't know. Next week? Who knows? I don't know. I don't. I honestly don't know.
It's okay.
Should I paint it for the 3D printing video? I don't think so.
You could use parts of it for the contrast paint video that we're going to be making soon.
Not contrast painting a Titan woman. Are you crazy? What a title though. I contrast painted a Titan.
See, worth it. Doesn't even matter if it doesn't turn out good. You still contrast painted a Titan.
Getting divorced and back home in Limerick. Hopefully you're feeling good about that, buddy, and you're in a better place.
Yeah.
And have more room for more models. Nice. Good evening, Harjinder. I thought you said hello much earlier in this chat. Shoot, bot alert. Yeah, it was just a selection of models to sell on the day, and people could pre-order what they want. Yeah, that guy was so cool. That was one of my... Oh, I'll never forgive Pete for what he did to you, Tim, but for some reason, the old manager he just had a thing for your not liking Tim that much. I don't know what it was, but like Tim had an amazing conversation with a guy talking about that day, and the guy was like, "Yes, I'm coming down." And Tim spent like over an hour with him, but he agreed to buy every single greater demon, so and a war mammoth. So it was like €1,200 or something. And he got chewed out for spending too much time talking to him. And then, like, he didn't believe that he was going to buy them. And the grim, like, the smirky satisfaction I had for you when that guy walked up on that day and bought all those things was so nice. Told you. I can't wait for the assembly stream. Oh, and then the painting stream. This is going to be quite a project. Nah, it's not. 2 or 3 days. Be grand. People would watch it just for the holy shit. Yeah, I have an idea as like a social experiment. As explain it to Laura. Where's the model? I'm going to show it to you.
Oh yeah.
I have an idea that I want to do like a weird video for. I want to make a video. Okay, I'll show you the model first. It's just this guy. It's just an orc wearing a banana costume. Oh, there's them cancerous fumes. Just this guy, and I want to just put him on a thumbnail and like do a full like a weird thing like I bet you won't watch me paint an orc in a banana costume, like something stupid, and then at the beginning talk about just trying to break the algorithm, just like you know you work really hard trying to make cool thumbnails and awesome models and really interesting content, and then an orc in a banana costume just is better than anything else. I would just think that's really funny, and I would think it would be very interesting to try and do. Oh, that guy was a dick. Oh yeah, did you ever buy a model with the 14-hour stream donations? No, those donations still haven't come in. They're part of this month's YouTube money. But it's going to be a stream in January, February, and I've already chosen the model. I have to put a bit of money to it myself. As you can see, the donation thing is still going up. But I think I'm going to do a full Reaver Titan. I'm just not going to mess around. I want to do something cool for the day that's in it. I think it's important to just have something, you know, cool. I don't want it to just be kind of a piddly thing. So I think we're just going to go crazy and do a Reaver. Oh, the same guy with the banana orc is where my AT-AT is from. He's a really nice guy, right?
Oh, yeah. I want to look up that after.
Because he's done some, like I love all these. Some of the recent orc vehicles he does, they're just like, oh, they're so nice, right? And I think I complimented his goblins once. I have some of his goblins painted on my orc shelf. I'll show you the one we did. We did it on the stream. Do I still have it on the shelf somewhere? Yeah. It's where I learned my orc skin technique. You guys all helped me. So this is one of his. And I got these files and I print them out and I sent him a message being like, I love what you do. I love the design. I think these guys are incredible. They're so much fun to paint. And he found me on Cults, and he just unlocked his entire library for me. So I can just go onto his page whenever I want and download any file I want, and just print it and paint it. Like, he's so nice.
I love the ones that are hiding in the barrels. Yes. Yeah.
Some guy here. His orcs are amazing. Been subbed to Patreon for almost 2 years now. Nice. Wait. I'm at work. I'm in and out. You're going to do a Reaver Titan build video? No. The donation bar that's on the screen at the moment, which was part of the last stream we did, which was the idea was I'm going to buy after in January, February, I'm going to buy a Reaver Titan with the donations. I'm going to have to add about twice the amount to it. And I'm going to build it off stream. And then we're going to do another long stream. And I'm going to paint a Reaver Titan. The stream ends when I finished painting the Titan. So that's it. If it takes 8 hours, it takes 8 hours. If it takes 16 hours, it takes 16 hours. I have no idea. So, yeah. Yeah, his Patreon is insane. The man just never sleeps. Hydrate, yes, sir.
The name is like Mr.
I think he knows, isn't he? Because he said above that he's... Oh, God. So, Mr. Module Orc. Like, he does really funny things as well. Like, it's just great. He doesn't like be too serious to himself. It's like, here's a He-Man orc, cause why not? Got the hair and all. Look at the hair. Oh,
So
yeah,
good.
just for giggles. Just trying to take himself too seriously. If anyone saw the new Mad Max, there he is with his big motorbike chariot, but he's an orc.
I didn't see that one before.
Yeah, and he does loads of different variants.
That's so cool.
It's real. Yeah, did you, yes. No, White Wolf, calm down.
Yeah, please. White Wolf, you gave loads.
Yeah. The problem we didn't take into consideration is the fact that YouTube takes a big chunk of it. About 30-35% of it YouTube takes as their like cut. So yeah, it's a bit of annoying.
Yeah.
I want to do my Thunderhawk, but I'm in 2 different minds. Do I do it as a Black Templar and play it in 40k maybe once, or do it as Blood Angels and have it sit on my shelf? I don't know. Oh, and you're begging for punishment with that plan. I know, right? It's going to be great. Then I put the brushes away for tonight. Have painted a lot of small parts for the fortified manor. Nice, I like that. Any word from Tom? Any podcast coming back? Tom's gone, man. I just like triggered.
We're still working on
I'm evil
stuff for the podcast. Anna's was back around Christmas, so it has a reindeer horns bit. Okay, I have to look up that afterwards.
The man knows what he's doing.
Yeah. You're not evil, White Wolf. You're English, but you're not evil. Oh, I was going to suggest going over to Kira Elvenblood for a raid, but I think she just went offline, did she?
Potentially.
She was playing Space Marines 2 dressed as a Sister of Battle tonight. You are very welcome, White Wolf.
That's the highest form of flattery from you, Laura. Thank you.
Took a while, but you did earn it.
You paid for it more. Like, what are you
True.
talking? Oh yeah. All right. Come here to me.
Do you want to show them tonight's video before you go off as well? So you can all rush over and watch it and comment and say nice things and stuff like that.
Especially if you're English.
Yep. Yeah, actually. It was a hard video for me to edit.
So this is from the Anvil Industries new Kickstarter for the British Space Force, which is stand-in for Praetorian Guard. So I decided to do one of their weapon teams with the Vickers machine gun, which
So
obviously is just
cool.
a heavy bolter. So yeah, I love it, and I printed off a full, 30 dudes, a command squad, and all the characters so far.
Yeah, I don't think your 3D printers have stopped for a while, have they?
No, that room is on fire. I reprinted this model, obviously, because I said the last one went a bit weird and cracked down the middle. So actually realized I haven't removed the support there. Come here to me. So I tidied up the female Lord Solar model, and then obviously the female, the
Very
male
nice.
mounted Commissar. So yeah, I love it, love all of it. Printed so much of it. So I need that.
I'm glad to see it doing well as too.
Hmm?
I'm glad to see it doing so well as well.
What?
The Kickstarter?
Oh yeah. Yeah, fully funded in like 3 hours or something. So yeah, it did very well. Triggered. Tea and crumpets, old boy. After we went about this pesky Xenos, alright? Yeah, he's literally that. Fantastic. He-Man Orc. He-Man Orc would be hilarious. But even He-Man Orc would work for that kind of experiment. Just, would you watch a guy paint a He-Man Orc? Question mark. Just that's the thumbnail. I bet you won't watch this.
I feel like when we go to make the video, we won't remember that's what we wanted as a thumbnail. We'll just be like, oh, damn it.
Why did we do this? Plan? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's us every day trying to figure out the thumbnail. Did we have a plan? No.
We never have a plan. By the power of Morkskull.
Goddamn right.
Gotta do Skeletork too.
There is a Skeletork, yeah.
Is there?
Yeah.
See, and you said, didn't you say the other day you saw the castle in somebody's bin?
No, that was Bowser's castle.
Oh. Well, I'm sure there's orc versions of them too. I still think you should have just grabbed that castle. You shall regret that forever.
Nah, bad memory. I'm only regretting it now because you reminded me.
Well, then I'll just remind you forever until I forget next week.
Orange flavored jam, otherwise known as marmalade. I think we're pretty much. Oh wait, this part. Damn it, one left. What time are we at? 1 minute to go. I love it when a plan comes together.
He has a whole orc terrain set you could probably use to make a castle. Interesting.
Oh, look what you've done.
What I need to happen is for me to be able to log into Andy's printers and then just go print, and then him just sitting there going, oh shit, what's she printing now?
Everything. Always everything. Forever and ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many cosplay helmets does she need? More. So all the rest of the pieces don't need to be cleaned up because they're like pistons and stuff. There's no print lines or anything on them. They're so small. So we actually just in time finished cleaning all of the parts.
Nice.
For this monster.
I apologize for the horrible noises right now, but it is very exciting nonetheless.
Yeah, people will be fine. What the hell was that? Oh. A bit of his toe. There you go, I'll just stay. Selling Warhound Titan, fully ready to go. Retail price €700, yours for a measly 500. Lol. Sorry for the noise, not really sorry. Enjoy!
It's so bad!
For you, I can't hear it at all.
Monster.
Oh, wrong way. Let us find...
Tim, what helmet?
450, best I got. £450, that's like €500. You just gave me the price I want. I'll give you a $5 and a cheeseburger. Well, the cheeseburger kind of pushed it over the edge. I'm quite hungry.
Depends where the cheeseburger's from.
I mean, if it's from like Bunsen, yes. If it's like a double cheeseburger from McDonald's, also yes.
True.
So £400 is what you're saying. Yeah, I could do one for £400, buddy. What are you talking? It's funny. I just bought He-Man box. Perfect timing.
Like the new edition. I know they came out with a new castle thing recently.
Twitch, let's find somebody. We've got 29 of us beautiful people over on Twitch. And unfortunately, the 16 people over on the YouTubes will not be available for the raid. I do apologize for that. But the 29 of us can make a difference and make someone smile.
I did figure out how we can do a raid on YouTube, but there's no time to do it right now, but hopefully next time. I think there is a way. There's also less people streaming on YouTube, so it's harder to find someone.
Less people streaming on YouTube. Yeah. It is harder. Let us go for... I don't know. This old doozy. Who's this guy? Seems like a nice guy. I've never followed him before. He's got a couple people watching him. Yeah. Why not?
Everyone have a great Friday the 13th tomorrow.
Yeah.
We will be back again on Tuesday. I will put up some sort of an update about the monthly challenge as well. I think we will just let the conversion one roll over and then get ready for like a really cool Halloween one.
Yeah.
What about the triple cheeseburger? Oh no.
I don't like it's too much meat. Not into it. Okay. I love you guys so much. I'll talk to you all on Tuesday. Have a good weekend. Bye.
Goodbye.